Bonjour, in this series of videos about the present tense in French, we are going to see in this part 2b some more irregular verbs with FrenchSpanishOnline.com. So, irregular verbs, we are in the third group in French, and this time we are going to see verbs which infinitive end in voir, O-I-R in French. Voir, like the verb voir, to see. You know that the endings are the same, S-S-T-O-N-S-E-Z-E-N-T. And here, for this verb voir, here is the stem. So as you can see, it's the opposite as usual because the first part here is regular, the last two, and this one is irregular. So let's see now the pronunciation. Je vois, tu vois, as we don't pronounce the letter S. Il voit, elle voit, on voit. We don't pronounce the T. Nous voyons, vous voyez. And finally, il voit, elle voit. You may hear in France people saying il voit for the last form, but of course it is not correct French. Correct French is il voit. And with this verb, voir, you can build more verbs. For example, entrevoir, to see briefly, revoir, to see again or to meet again, prevoir, to foresee. So, for example, if you want to use the verb entrevoir, the conjugation is j'entrevois, tu entrevois, il entrevoit, nous entrevoyons, vous entrevoyez, ils entrevoient. So, you can build this thanks to the verb voir at the end. So, with one verb, you know four in this part. Let's see now the other verb, recevoir. Well, this one is a bit tricky because you've got voir at the end, but actually the origin of the verb is not from the verb to see. So it's different. The same ending, of course, but as you can see here, it's totally different for the stem we have. And the pronunciation will be also different. Here you see that we've got a cédille in French, to keep the sound S. So we have je reçois, tu reçois, il reçoit, elle reçoit, on reçoit, but nous recevons, vous recevez, and ils reçoivent, elles reçoivent. So as you can see here, the verb is irregular again for the first form and the last one. And this one, nous and vous are regular. We've got some similar verbs, I mean verbs with the same conjugation. Apercevoir, concevoir, to conceive, décevoir, to disappoint. So these verbs have the same cédilla in their conjugation present tense. For example, if you want to use décevoir, to disappoint, je déçois, I am disappointing somebody. So, je déçois, tu déçois, il déçoit, nous décevons, vous décevez, ils déçoivent. Okay? Some verbs like the verb pleuvoir, but actually it's easy to understand because it's the same in English, have just one form. Pleuvoir is to rain, so of course we don't say I rain, just it rains. And in French too, we say il pleut. This is the only form. The same thing for the verb falloir, to be necessary. To be necessary, it is necessary. So in French, il faut. And this is the only form that we have for these two verbs. Finally, we've got more verbs ending in voir, and they are totally different, totally irregular. So we are going to see in a proper lesson the verb savoir, to know, pouvoir, can, devoir, must, and vouloir, to want. And that's all for this lesson about the verb ending in voir. C'est fini, alors au revoir et bon français.